We're all pretty used to AI that can answer our questions, right? But what if it could actually do your work for you? That's the massive shift we're going to dive into today. The incredible move from AI as a simple chatbot to AI as a true digital colleague. But first, let's start with a really fundamental question. You've got these super powerful AIs like ChatGPT or Claude. So why can't you just ask it something simple like, hey, what were our sales figures in the Sydney office last quarter? Well, the answer to that reveals the single biggest wall these AIs have always hit, until now. And that wall is what we can call AI's big data problem. And it's not about the sheer amount of data, but rather it's about its biggest blind spot, all the data it just can't see. Okay, so here's the deal. Large language models are brilliant when it comes to public information. They can explain super complex accounting principles because, they've basically read the entire internet. But they have a massive blind spot, and that's your company's private data. Your financial statements, the data in your ERP system, all those internal reports. To the AI, it's all completely invisible. This is where we need to talk about a really key term: context. Context is that missing piece of the puzzle. It's all that internal stuff, the reports, the project files, the databases, that makes information relevant specifically to your business. Without that context, an AI is just a really, really smart encyclopedia. But with it, it can become a real colleague. So how do we actually get there? Well, this is where we see this amazing evolution from a simple chatbot to something much, much more. It's a total shift in what we should expect an AI to be able to do for us. The tech that makes this all possible is called agentic AI, and the most important word there is X. See, an agentic AI is a system that can take actions all on its own. It doesn't just tell you the steps for how to reconcile your accounts, it actually goes in and does the reconciliation. And this right here is the perfect way to think about the difference. A traditional AI is like an advisor. It'll give you a great plan, sure, but you're the one who has to go and do all the work. An agentic AI, on the other hand, is like a colleague. You give it a goal, and it executes the plan itself. It's the difference between just asking the question and actually achieving a result. Let's take a classic, and let's be honest, pretty tedious finance task. Imagine giving this prompt. A traditional AI would just list out the steps. Okay, first, you're going to want to open your accounting software. Then export the invoices. An agentic AI, though, it connects to your system, pulls the data, does the cross-check, and gives you a report with the problems already highlighted. That's a total game changer. But I know exactly what you're thinking. Hang on, giving an AI access to our internal systems, that sounds risky. And you are absolutely right to think that. To make any of this work, the AI needs a super secure rulebook to follow. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth can you let an AI hook into your most sensitive financial data without opening up a massive security hole? The whole idea kind of falls apart if we can't answer this one with total confidence. And the answer is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. The easiest way to think of it is as a universal translator, and way more importantly, a security gatekeeper. It's a standardized set of rules that lets an AI connect to your data safely, but, and this is the key part, only in the specific ways you allow it to. Honestly, the best way to get your head around MCP is with the personal assistant analogy. Think about it. When you hire a human assistant to help with a financial report, you don't just give them the keys to the entire company, right? No way. You give them access to very specific files, you give them clear instructions, and you set the rules. MCP does exactly the same thing, but for an AI. It's a system of permissions and instructions that you control. This analogy just makes it crystal clear. If the agentic AI is the smart driver, the one who can get things done, then the Model Context Protocol is the secure road network. It has guardrails, it has traffic lights, and it makes sure the driver only goes where it's allowed to go and gets there safely. So, we have our actor, the agentic AI, and we have the secure rulebook, the MCP. All right, let's put them together and see what this actually looks like when you're trying to solve a real-world business problem. So picture this. You're a finance manager, and you just type this simple, plain English prompt into your AI interface. This is a task that, could normally take you hours of digging through spreadsheets and formatting charts. So what's happening behind the scenes? Well, first, you ask the question. The agentic AI immediately realizes it can't answer this from its general knowledge. It needs your specific company data. Now, here comes the crucial step. Using the MCP, it securely requests temporary read-only access to your ERP system. The protocol is the gatekeeper here. It checks the permissions and passes back only the specific data needed, and nothing more. Then, the agent gets to work and gives you the final summary. And this is what you get back. Not a messy spreadsheet, not a giant data dump, but a clean, simple insight. A task that would have taken an analyst hours is done in seconds. And, most importantly, your sensitive financial data never, ever left your company's secure environment. So yeah, it saves time, which is great. But what's the real impact here? Let's talk about why this tech is going to fundamentally change how we all get work done, especially if you're in finance or accounting. This quote right here just nails it. This whole concept isn't about creating some all-powerful, uncontrollable AI. It's actually the complete opposite. The Model Context Protocol is designed specifically to give us, the human professionals, transparent and total control over how the AI interacts with our data. You are always in the driver's seat. And that's when the benefits become really clear. First, you get rock-solid security and control over your data. Second, the answers you get are based on real-time information, not stale data from months ago. That means the AI's responses are perfectly tailored to your organization. And of course, you get a huge boost in efficiency by just automating the most boring parts of your job. So, if you only take one single thing away from this, let it be this. Agentic AI is the engine. It gives artificial intelligence the ability to actually do things. But the Model Context Protocol, that's the critical safety system that makes it safe for the AI to do those things inside a real company. You really can't have one without the other. And that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. Once your AI can handle all that repetitive data gathering, the reconciliations, the report building, what will you be free to focus on? When your new digital colleague is busy doing all the tedious work, what bigger, more strategic goals will you ask it to achieve?